excited today because I'm using my new mat that I got in, the color is Happy Orange. I was a little slow moving this morning and maybe not so happy, so it's nice to come to my bright orange mat that reminds me to put a smile on my face. The sun is shining. It's going to be a good day. I'm also diffusing wild orange, which is the happy oil. It's that citrus scent that's uplifting and energizing. So that's what I have diffusing this morning, and I'm excited to use my new mat. We're going to do a slow burn. I have the playlist posted, so I'm actually going to have us start on our bellies this morning. So if you want to make your way there and maybe just stack one hand over the other, resting your forehead on the back of your hands, or whatever else just feels comfortable. Sometimes there can be a little discomfort on our belly on the floor. Go ahead and start your playlist and make your way onto your belly. And when you find your way there, just go ahead and close your eyes. Soften all your muscles. Melt down into your mat. And just start to notice your breath. It says high pollen today, so maybe you feel a little stuffy. Maybe your breath feels nice and smooth. Just notice. Starting to find just a little connection with breath. Stack those hands under your forehead if they're not already there. And with an inhale, just start to lift your forehead away from the floor. You're just creating this little back bend in the body. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Take a few rounds like that. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. As you add this little bit of movement, take 2 more rounds. Just notice how your breath becomes a little more full. Lengthen it, strengthen it, fill up all the way, and empty out completely. Find that full yogi breath here this morning for slow burn. Next time you drop your forehead to the floor, I just want you to come into Sphinx Pose. So your forearms are going to come down to the mat. Adjust your legs, maybe they go a little wide behind you. Just getting a nice little back bend here. Going to press into your elbows, into your forearms. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears and lift your heart and your chin. And just breathe deeply here. Again, when you're ready to connect with breath, just take an exhale and tuck the chin towards your chest. And as you inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Look over the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Keep pulling that heart open. And then just like cats and cows, we're going to kind of round out the upper back, tuck the chin. And then inhale, lift, open the heart. Take a few rounds like that. Try not to squeeze those glute muscles as you do. One more round. Inhale as you lift and open. Exhale, tuck the chin, round out that upper back. Come back to neutral spine, Sphinx Pose. We're just going to start to tuck the toes behind us. Bring your palms under your shoulders. And just press, actually untuck your toes. Let's take upward facing dog first. So get a little deeper into that back bend. Open the heart, lift the chin. And then tuck the toes and find plank pose, top of a push-up. Just hold here, breathe here. Strengthen your legs, pull the belly in and up toward the spine. Kind of lift those kneecaps so your quads turn up. And then lift the hips, send it back. Downward facing dog. Now pedal your feet, bend your knees, come back to the rhythm of your breath. On your next exhale, just start to walk your feet to the front of your mat. Nice and slow, no rush. Take a half lift when you get there. Inhale, fill up, lengthen through your spine. Flatten out your back. And then go ahead and just fall back in. Maybe heel to those feet about hip distance apart, just so you're more stable here. Grab opposite elbows. And just be that ragdoll. Let everything go. On your next inhale, clasp your hands behind your low back and pull your heart open. Exhale, fall back in, deepen that stretch through your shoulders. Knees can bend and be a little soft. Inhale, rise up all the way, nice and slow. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Seal it in. Lift your toes, wiggle your toes. Feel all four corners of your feet pressing into the floor. Inhale, reach up, get tall. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips. Swan dive down. Lift halfway. Plant the hands, step back to the top of a push-up. And at the end of your exhale, just drop your knees and send your hips back to child's pose. Take that right hand, reach back for your right heel. And inhale, lift up to that swinging camel. Come back through center as you exhale. And take that to the left. Back through child's pose. Inhale, top of a push-up, plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A little flow for us to get the blood moving, to get the breath nice and strong. Take a few rounds here, reset. On your next exhale, step or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Half lift when you get there. And then fold back in. Inhale, clasp the hands behind you. Pull the heart open. And exhale, soften the knees as you fold in. Reach the hands toward the floor overhead. Inhale, slowly rise up. Reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Half lift to find length. Plant the hands, step or hop back, plank, right to child's pose. Right hand reaches back, lift up and over. Exhales bring you back through center. Inhale to the other side. Back through child's pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog to downward facing dog. Take a breath or two or three here to reset. When you're ready with an exhale, begin again. Front of your mat, half lift when you get there. Fold in. Bind the hands, open the heart. Fall deeper. Rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lift your arms, lift your gaze. Fall forward. Half lift. Find those swinging camels. Take your time. If it feels good, maybe add one or two right to left. Or just keep that one round. We're going to really get into this spine today. So make it feel good, guys. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready, begin again. the top. Keep working into that spine. Swinging camels right to left, as many as you want. Match the movement with your breath. Inhale as you expand. Exhale, bring everything through center. Vinyasa. One more time through. When you're ready. Just finishing up this last time through. Meet me in downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. If you need a child's pose, take it. Should still be feeling good, just more warmed up. Maybe starting to glisten a little. Breath becomes a little deeper, a little stronger. Find your way deeper into this down dog. Step, hop, or float all the way through to seated. And come onto your backs. Sally up, guys. Makes it easy on me. When he says up, those hips lift, press into the palms. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. You guys know this. Up, down. So if you got the music going, follow his words. If you don't, follow me. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. He's not saying one of those, you hold it low. Up, down. Remind yourself to breathe deep. Up, down. Hold. Maybe lift those shoulders, maybe even reach towards your toes. Bring Sally up, down. Up, down. Keep it going, guys. Up, down. Getting warmed up now. Feel that core. Up, down. No need to know how long this song is. Just keep following his words. Close your eyes. Go to your happy place. Hold here. Hold. See if you can lift those shoulders. Reach for your toes. Bring Sally up, down. Woo! Up, down. Exhale deeply, guys. Force it out. Up, down. Keep going. Whoo, put that smile on your face, right? Happy orange all around me. Hold, hold, hold. Get those feet as close to the floor as you can. Press that low back into the floor. Don't let it lift. Up, we're almost there. Down. Up, bring Sally down. Up, down. Up, keep going. Nothing lasts forever, I promise. Hopefully, right? Breathe, breathe. Up, down. Exhale. Up, down. Get those hips nice and high. If it's too much, just lift the legs. Up, down. Keep going. Up, down. Finish strong. This is it. Up, down. Sweating now. Oh, hold, 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 hold. Can you reach? Lift the shoulders. Whew. Let it all go. I'm going to take a little butterfly here on my back. Open my hips. Reset your breath. Bridge pose always is nice. Stretch out those quads and those core muscles. Lift the hips toward the sky. If you want a full wheel, go for it. When you're ready, plant your hips, feet wider. Little windshield wiper legs, right to left. Release any tension in that low back. And we're going to rock and roll our way to that chair pose at the front of the mat. So when you're ready, give yourself a little spinal massage. Eventually, planting the feet, lifting up, chair pose. Heel toe your feet together. Sit down into your chair, shoulders down and back. I'm going to check and make sure you're still with me. Yes. Hallelujah. So, squeeze your inner thighs. Imagine put a tennis ball right between those knees. Give it a nice big squeeze. Gaze down. If you can't see your toes, adjust. Put the weight deeper into the heels. See if you can find a deeper chair by bringing hands to heart. Sink a little lower. Squeeze a little more. And then see if those arms can reach up, but you keep that position you got into. Just breathe here. On an exhale, open twist to the right, arms to a T. Keep those knees in line with each other. Sink back into those hips. Inhale, chair. Exhale to the left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Ardha. Reach back, lift the heels. Inhale, right back where you were, chair pose. One more time, exhale, lower. This time, shoot up all the way to a nice big back bend. Reach your fingertips toward the floor behind you. Heart to the sky. Drop your head back. Maybe you see that wall behind you. And then go ahead and fall forward. Lift halfway. We're going to play with that crow pose. If you are challenged with crow, you can always put a block under your feet to find that lift. Or you can just come to a yogi squat if that's where you'd rather go. If you're not really excited about an arm balance in your practice today, let go of it. If you want to play with it, let's play with crow. Fingers wide, plant the palms, gaze out past the front of your mat. Shift your weight in that direction and maybe lift the toes up. See if you can press those toes together. From here, maybe come into a headstand, even lifting those legs up overhead. From here, you can go to chaturanga, dropping the feet, or come back to tripod and try to lift back up to crow. Eventually, we'll all take chaturanga to up dog to downward facing dog. And no matter where you took that, take a deep breath in and let it go. Come back to that full yogi breath. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, left. Step that right foot to the outside edge at the front of your mat. So hips are open and wide. Take an inhale, reach up to your right hand. Dragonfly twist. So open up. Don't just reach up. Open that heart toward the sky. Look up. Nice and light on these left fingertips. With an exhale, come into your lunge, square your hips. Drop your back heel. Inhale, rise with that deep lunge in the front knee. Warrior one. Settle in, sink in. Can you press your palms together overhead and send your biceps back behind your ears? Create a back bend again. Side angle pose. Let's start, we'll come back to this side. So start by bringing that right forearm onto your thigh. Or maybe a block to the floor. That left arm's gonna reach overhead and then out toward the front of the room. Lift your gaze, stack your shoulders, stack your hips up so you're opening up toward the ceiling. Breathe deep here. Maybe your forearm on thigh. Take it where you need it. Deepen your lunge, deepen your breath. One more inhale. And as you exhale, plant your hands, step back, and take yourself through a vinyasa with control, slowing down, finding that connection with that slow, long, full breath. Left leg reaches up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Step forward to that outside edge of your mat. Get light on those right fingertips and reach up through your left hand. Dragonfly. Just breathe here, settle in, strengthen the legs, lift through the hips, open the heart. With an exhale, bring the hand down. Maybe heel toe that foot in just a little bit. Drop your back heel. Find your lunge. And then inhale, rise. Warrior one. If it's available, press the palms together overhead and send those biceps back behind the ears. Lift your chin, strengthen your back legs, square your hips, and breathe. Side angle pose, left forearm onto thigh. Reach that right arm up, and then overhead, stack the hips and shoulders. Deepen the lunge, strengthen this leg behind you. Feel your arm get long, reach through the fingertips. Plant the hands, step back. Take a vinyasa with control, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, reset. When you're ready, step, hop, float, donkey kick, however you want to get there. Front of your mat, half lift, fold in. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Raise the arms, fill up with breath. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, chair. 2 rounds, Ardha. Back to chair. Slow down, take your time, follow your breath. This time, rise up. Big back bend here. See the wall behind you. Fall forward. Half lift. Your choice to play here for a moment. Squat, crow, headstand, wherever you want to take it. If you have a strong crow, maybe you take those crow push-ups. Bend the elbows and straighten. Bend and straighten. Or just hold and breathe. When you're ready, step or shoot the feet Take a chaturanga to up dog to downward facing dog. One deep breath in and out here. Lift the right leg high. Let's open the hip this time because it feels good. Straighten the leg, knee to nose squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step forward. And inhale, dragonfly twist. Hold here. Open up more. Strengthen your legs. Find your breath. Pull that belly in. Make your way to warrior one. Adjust your feet, square your hips, rise up. Breathe. Find a deeper expression this time around. Side angle pose. This time, maybe that hand comes all the way to the floor, inside or outside that right foot. Left arm up and over. So if you feel ready, you can even reach for that bind here. Just make sure if you go for the bind, you're still feeling that stacking of your shoulders and your hips. So if you have to turn to the floor to get the bind, just pull that shoulder open once you find it. And if you can't, you might just need to back off a bit. Last couple breaths here. Plant the hands, step back, down dog, or take a vinyasa. Left leg lifts. Open the hip. Lengthen the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step forward. And inhale, twist. Dragonfly to the left. If you're dumping into that right hand, lighten up. Come onto those fingertips. Maybe you can float it. See how that feels. Feel that strength you need in your legs to take the weight out of that right hand. Warrior one. Adjust your feet. Rise up. Really smooth out that breath. Lengthen those inhales and exhales. Side angle pose. Take it further this time. Maybe that means a bind. Maybe it just means bringing the hand to the floor, even if you need that block to get it there. It's going to be different on this side. It's going to feel different. So just notice what comes up that's different than that right side. And if you can't find the bind today, you can at least just go in that direction and then back off when you need to. Last few breaths. Plant the hands, step back, down dog, or take another vinyasa. Reset here, reset your breath, reset your focus. Press those heels toward the floor. When you're ready, step, hop, or float. Front of the mat, half lift. Fold in. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Raise the arms, inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, chair. 2 rounds of Ardha. Find those tippy toes if you can. Drop the heels, reach the arms up. One more time. Big back bend here. Maybe take those feet wider. Reach up, reach back. Forward fold. Half lift. Plant the hands. Find your crow. Again, if it's too much, yogi squat. Maybe some twists in those yogi squats. Otherwise, one more opportunity. Maybe it's all the way to that headstand today from your crow. If you're going in that direction, very controlled movement, slowly bringing that head down to your mat. Maybe from headstand to that chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, right leg lifts, find your way there. Open the hip or flip it over. Back through center, knee to nose, lift it up. Step forward, dragonfly twist. Exhale to your lunge. Drop the heel, inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, side angle. Pause here. Find more space, last time around. Just 3 breaths. Plant the hands, step back, down dog, or vinyasa. Left leg lifts, open the hip or flip it over. Back through center, knee to nose, lift it up. Step forward as you exhale. Inhale, twist. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, side angle. Find your deepest expression on this side. Take 3 more rounds of breath. Plant your hands. Step back. Vinyasa. Woo. Child's pose. Drop the knees. Bring the forehead to the floor. We're almost done. If you need a drink of water here, it's a nice place to grab one. In that child's pose, take a few cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Find your way onto your knees. Line everything up hip distance apart. Maybe tuck those toes. Reach for the heels or for your hips. Lifting the hips toward the sky, lifting the heart. Take a full camel here. And release it. Child's pose. We're going to just take one more. We've been working into this spine all class, so hopefully you can find a nice camel pose, a little deeper than normal maybe. When you're ready, rise up. Tuck the toes or keep the tops of the feet down. Find your heels or your low back. You're gonna lift the hips, press the hips forward, heart toward the sky, open your throat. And release. Woo. Let that go. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and just rise up, star pose. Adjust your toes out, heels in. Coming to Buddha squat. Bend the knees. Sink the hips. Arms to a T. Bend the elbows. Close your eyes. Just feel the sensations that come up in your body. Maybe notice any changes in your breath. And then bring all that focus back, full yogi breath. If you want a little more, lift your heels. Once you lift your heels, maybe you need that gaze. You can open your eyes. Strong gazeless gaze off the tip of your nose. Spread your fingers, send energy. Keep that heart lifted, shoulders down away from the ears. Sink your hips a little lower. Soften your jaw, smooth out the breath. Maybe lift your gaze. Woo, straighten those arms and legs, stretch it out, and then fall forward. Those hands down to the floor. Lift halfway, and then just fold in. Reach the crown of your head toward the floor. Another opportunity for a headstand if you want to take it here. Pull the belly in and up. Press into the inside edges of your feet and kind of roll your weight into the balls of your feet. Feet can go a little wider. Just getting your head closer to your mat, the crown of your head. It doesn't have to touch today. Just going in that direction, finding a way to get a little closer. Go ahead and lift halfway, hands to hips. And slowly rise all the way up. That strong T, arms wide. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Pull your heart open. And again, fall forward, hinging from the hips. Reaching those hands away from your low back. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet. Inside edges of the feet. Creating more space. Pulling those hands away from the low back toward the floor overhead. Release the bind, bring the hands to the floor. That right arm's gonna reach up. Left hand can stay down. Lift your gaze up to follow that stretch. Come through center and take it to the other side. Go ahead and fold back in through center. Lift halfway here. We're going to look out in front of us and walk the hands in that direction, eventually dropping the knees wider than your heels. Wider than your hips. Heels are wider than your knees. We're taking frog pose. So you might just drop those knees and be like, oh, this is it, right? If you have a little more, bring those forearms down. If this is already too much, just bring your knees closer together. They don't have to be so wide. You can bring the knees, just kind of walk them closer together and stay right here, maybe forearms. But when you need more, take the knees as wide as they can go, right? The inside edges of your feet are on the floor. And once you kind of settle into where you feel that really strong sensation, that's not quite pain, just really deep sensation that's gonna like force you to turn on your breath again. I want you to melt into it. Start to release some things in your hips, in your jaw, in your shoulders. What can you let go? Fall in. Really nice hip opener. Those hips are a place where we tend to carry a lot of our stress and tension. And there's so much of that in the world right now, in our lives and the lives of people around us. So notice if you feel some emotion, release as you release into these tissues and muscles, tendons, taking the time to just allow it to happen, to just falling in, letting go. Lots of times we grip onto things we don't even realize we're grasping, we're clenching. I've always been one to grind my teeth and clench my jaw, and it's a constant practice of trying not to do that. Trying not to grasp on, to hold on, to clench, but instead to just soften and release. Go ahead and press your palms under your shoulders and very gently start to find your way out of this frog pose. Whew. Take your time. There's a lot going on with that posture. Eventually find your way to seated. Let your legs go long. Kind of shake them out. Reach your arms up overhead and just fall forward over those legs, reaching for some kind of bind. So you can kind of energetically pull yourself deeper into that fold, lengthening through that low back. Feeling a stretch all the way through the backs of the legs, up into those glute muscles. Feeling that low back lengthen, expand. Come up through to seated and slowly roll onto your backs. Once you get there, pull that right knee towards your chest, let your left leg stay long. You're gonna squeeze that knee towards your chest, maybe a little out towards your shoulder, your right shoulder. You're gonna feel that little pinch in your hip flexor, just kind of stretch through this left hip flexor as well, opening that up. And then just cross it over, spinal twist. Open up through that right arm, gaze over your right shoulder. Come through center and take it to the other side. Left knee pulls in. And take that left hand and just kind of pull it over towards your left shoulder, up and over. And then cross it over your body. Open up, spinal twist. When you feel evened out, if there's anything else you need, go ahead and take it. Happy baby, plow, shoulder stand. Little butterfly on your back. Eventually make your way into Shavasana. Not missing this final pose. This is where you can really just kind of let go. Be silent, be still, close the eyes. Allow healing and inspiration to move through you. Deepen your breath a bit as you bring that awareness back to the body, coming back to your senses, adding movement with fingers and toes and wrists and ankles. Your head from side to side. When you're ready, gently find your way to a seated pose. Bringing your hands to heart center, bowing the head, closing the eyes, and taking that moment in your day just for gratitude. Gratitude for the sunshine, the warmth of the day, this healing practice, and these strong, healthy bodies that are capable of so much. The light in me honors and bows to that same light in each of you. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Get outside. Have an awesome day. Namaste.